Club. It is Pixie. This is Jill and Cliff. I wanted to do a whole video talking about our car accident because the last vlog ended very suddenly and I have a lot of feelings to talk through. I have already talked through them in actual therapy. It's been, I think, over 2 weeks now at this point. But yeah, I just want to chat about experiencing a major trauma, like as a person who already has PTSD and DID and how it all went and how we managed and yeah, etc, etc. I just wanted to chat about it. So yeah, tone indicator for this video is going to be like not as raucous and romping as like the Barbie fashion review. We're going to be talking about car accidents and trauma. So yeah, major trigger warnings for motor vehicle incident, near-death experience, animal death, and talking about like PTSD and stuff. So definitely take care. Don't watch this video if you're not in this space too. But yeah, if you are, thanks for hearing me out about this, because it was really, really, really scary. I was headed home, back to my home province, this house, which I'm extremely grateful to be in. And it's a 3.5 hour drive between my childhood home that I visit a few times a year, and my home here. The whole visit had been really absolutely wonderful. Our family was like the closest and warmest and happiest like I've ever seen our family just getting along so amazingly. The visit itself was already making us feel quite existential, but kind of in a good way. It was like, here's family members that I haven't seen in like over 10 years or whatever. And also really, really connecting the dots between like, oh, my aunts and my grandparents and my other cousins on my dad's side and mom's side, we certainly are all cut from the same cloth when it comes to our mental state. So it was really, really, really an amazing visit for many reasons, and it also made me just remember like where I'm from and who I'm made of in a like familial way. I was about an hour and a half, 2 hours into my drive, so pretty much smack halfway through the road trip between my childhood home and my home here. I stopped through a drive-thru to get some food because I hadn't eaten. It's funny, the drive-thru was taking a really long time, so I messaged Stevie and I was like, wow, this drive-thru is taking forever, what is going on? And Stevie said the Weird Al Trapped in the Drive-Thru is exactly 10 minutes. So I put it on and I jammed and I was like laughing because I hadn't heard that song in a long time. I was like, hee hee haha, this is so funny, haha, they forgot the onions, haha, woohoo. Cliff, come back. Cliff, come back. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, Weird Al Trapped in the Drive-Thru was not playing while I got in the car accident, but it was like 8 minutes after I got through, you know, I was back on the highway, driving along, driving the full speed limit, which is 110 kilometers an hour on the highway there. I will put the translation here for American folks or people that don't know kilometers. We were driving along, it was perfectly clear, the sun was still up, I was perfectly grounded and present. I'm an extremely safe driver, and a deer just appeared on the road out of nowhere very, very quickly, came from the left, and by the time I saw it, it was probably only like 10 or 15 feet in front of my vehicle. There was no time. I did put my foot on the I put my foot on the brake a tiny, tiny bit to see if I could, I don't know, lessen the impact a little bit, because I'm going 110. I'm on the highway going highway speeds. And I move my wheel just to try and again avoid it or lessen the impact a tiny bit while staying in my lane. Because there's other cars behind me and we're all on the highway. We are on a road that goes just one way. It's not two-way traffic. Thank God, that would have been worse. I'm also extremely, extremely, extremely grateful that no other cars were involved in the collision. It was just me, and unfortunately the animal. I'm reminding you of a big trigger warning because I'm about to explain the impact in detail, and it's sad. Animal death trigger warning. I'll put a stamp if you want to skip it. The deer died immediately upon impact, and I saw its body slide across the road like it slid like 20 feet, and there was just a trail of blood, and my heart's pounding, and I'm just shocked for a moment. So I pulled over to the side of the road, I got out, I came around to the front of the car, and I took a look at the hood, and I immediately passed out. I fainted in the grass, like on the side of the road, very, very slow. I am a frequent fainter, so like this makes sense, and I didn't hurt my head or anything. I'm very good at like slowly lowering my body to the ground when I know I'm going. The hood was absolutely destroyed. The right headlight was smashed. The like front of the car was all fucked up. It was smoking hard and leaking liquid. So, and I know an amount about cars. I know more now. Cause I was like, okay, I see smoke and I know cars have gasoline in them. So is my car, cause I know smoke and gasoline and fire equals big kaboom. So I was like, should I be running 50 feet away right now? Should I be running? Am I about to start a forest fire as well? Because it's, you know, the New Brunswick highway, it's just trees and trees and trees. And I will add, this area where this collision happened is one of the few areas along the highway. One of the guys who stopped and helped me, who I'll let you know in a second, sorry, jumping ahead in the story, there's no fences. There are a ton of deer and moose. It is very common. There are signs everywhere saying beware of deer and moose, and that's why usually most places have big fences to protect everyone involved. And yeah, apparently in this area, collisions like this happen all the time. They literally said every day. Especially in this area because there's no fences in the woods. Anyway, sorry, just a rant. Like, come on. Where was I? Oh, cars smoking, I passed out in the ditch. Slay. Anyway, I recover from passing out. I get back up. I breathe for a second. The first person I text is Stevie, and then immediately my mom, like, at the same time. I'll just put the messages up here. This is so painful. This is such a mortifying moment. And again, like I said, I learned a lot from this situation about how these things go. I was really confused because I was like, am I going to be sleeping in this ditch? Like, do I just sleep in my car tonight? Are the police gonna take me to my home? Am I gonna get towed to like a McDonald's, and then do I have to sleep in the McDonald's parking lot? Am I going to the police station? I literally was like, are they gonna take me to the police station? Should I be taking all of my shit out of my car now and walking somewhere and abandoning the car? I had no idea what was going on. So Stevie and my mom helped a lot. They told me, call the police, flag down help. I was too shell-shocked to actually call for help, but a really kind Acadian. All of the people that stopped and helped me were very kind Acadians. I was in Shediac, New Brunswick, if any of you know where that is. A construction worker guy in a truck saw the deer and then saw me, and he actually U-turned and came around and pulled over and just helped and stayed with me. He let me know that yes, you can turn your car battery on just to charge my phone. My phone had like 3% or something stupid because I was driving home listening to music without it plugged in like an idiot. Cause yeah, then they're like, call 911, and I'm like, my phone's going to die. So anyway, I think that was also my first time ever calling 911. It's weird that I can't tell if it was my first or not because I have so many dreams about it that mesh with reality, and I've had so many close calls. I think that was my first time calling 911. Yeah, that'll be burned in my mind forever. We all hate the police. I was lucky, and I got a guy who at least was warm and comforting to me. Stevie also told me immediately put on your sunflower lanyard, so I threw on my sunflower lanyard, which also I realized has their phone number on it as well. I had to ask Stevie for their phone number because I don't have it memorized. It's on there. I need to remember that as a system. If you need Stevie's number, it's on your sunflower card. I also immediately told all the people, the 3 kind Acadian men that ended up helping me, the guy who pulled over, the police officer, and the tow truck guy. Actually, I didn't tell the tow truck guy, but I told the police officer and the other guy. I just said, I have an anxiety disorder and PTSD, so sorry if I'm kind of freaking out. But I wasn't really freaking out. I just kind of was like doing breathing exercises and leaning on the, you know, just like, yep. So yeah, the police came, the construction worker guy left. Thank you, kind construction worker Acadian man. I'm not gonna lie, I was also really nervous because I was dressed in my pink, my violet collab. Also almost died in my first fashion collab. Stupid. But I had like hair in a bun, tied up like this, no makeup, but like earrings, like very hyper feminine. I'm like 5'1", little pink dress girl in a broken car on the highway in Shediac, New Brunswick. I was like, should I be worried for my life? But all of the men who stopped to help me passed the vibe check very hard. So yeah, my car got towed to a little pound place. I got dropped off at a McDonald's at 9 p.m. They closed at 10 p.m. and my dad was coming to save me from PEI. Again, it is 9 p.m. at this point. It is a 2-hour drive. My dad is a man of routine and his bedtime is like 9 anyway, so yeah, my dad fully saved me. I was really, really grateful. I spent an hour in that McDonald's just like violently dissociating and crying silently and charging my phone and talking to Stevie. That's when I tweeted about it. I was really, really shaken and scared because I've never experienced anything like this. I have never had like a near-death experience, car collision, broken down on the highway, like the sun's going down. Like this has never happened to me. And as a person with DID, I was like, who do I switch into? Who's going to help me? What do I do? I can't handle this. I'm passing out, blacking out, crying. Like, I need someone. But I ended up just handling it on my own as Jill with a lot of co-consciousness and help from Cliff. So not on my own, but I'm just saying I didn't fully like have a big switch or anything. And we also have not split from this as far as we're aware yet, which is a sign of healing. So that's good. I just looked up and my dad turned the corner and said, hello. And I immediately got up and hugged him and cried. I cried because now my daddy was here and I was safe. And yeah, he took me in his car and dropped me off home and I was safe. And then he drove all the way home, and from like 12:30 midnight till 4 a.m. I tried to convince him to stay at my house or get an Airbnb or a hotel or something. But anyway, everyone ended up home safe. And yeah, we just finally got the news back the other day that our car is totaled. Our car is a write-off, obviously. It was like a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. Like, no, she is crunched. She is gone. And we are getting some money from insurance to help towards a new car, but honestly, it's like so not, it is not enough. But we're gonna manage. We're gonna manage. We're gonna find another little crusty little beater, and we'll be zipping around just fine. And I am physically fine. I'm not even concussed. My airbags did not deploy, which is another interesting thing. I've also had concussions and whiplash before, so like I would know. And none of those happened, so. But honestly, this whole thing has shaken our mental health really badly. It is a major trauma, and it was so close to being so much worse. There are a million ways. There are a million ways that could have seriously injured me or ended my life. I was going 110, my windows were down, I swerved a tiny bit, the car behind me swerved out of the way. If it was a moose, I would be gone. if that was on the two-way road, like, I can't stop thinking about how lucky I am that only the car is what is gone. And people might think that I'm being dramatic, but I swear to you, the only one that was there was me. It was f***ing horrifying, and I'm not exaggerating anything by saying that I'm glad that I'm alive. I've been a lot more switchy, and there have also been a couple things, other just mental health symptoms that have been a lot more present since the crash. I've been going nonverbal pretty much every day for small periods of time. And like, as me, Jillian, we have nonverbal parts in our system, but it's very clear when it's them and when it's me being unable to like move my mouth muscles. So that's been really frustrating and distressing. We've also had near to no appetite, and we've been struggling to eat. Even when we are hungry, we'll take a couple bites of something and then something in my senses just rejects it, and it's like so overwhelming that I just can't even, like, I have spit out food because something in my brain just goes, oh no, not anymore, even if it's my favorite food, my safest food that I can always eat. That's been happening pretty much every single time I try to eat, and every day I have no appetite at all, until my stomach just starts hurting and I start to feel like faint and nauseous at the end of the day. So that's not good. But we made it out in one piece. You know, my brain is shaken, my brain is freaked, but my body is wearing a large Gem in the Hologram shirt and feeling good. And I'm definitely in a place now where I can talking about it in therapy and addressing and listing those symptoms that have sparked up again also helps me to be aware. It's like, yep, okay, I'm going nonverbal again. Fuck, okay. Usually it's like 10 minutes max, so I just gotta ride it out and I can text, you know. We're used to this now at this point. The appetite thing, you know, I'm trying harder and harder to entice myself. We have the boosts and the insurers in the fridge. Oh, I also had my last session with my therapist because they moved and they're like fully going into research and stuff. Like, they're not taking therapy clients anymore at all. So yeah, I had like a final session where I was like, oh, got in a car accident, tee, and then I had one after that where I was like, goodbye. And now I'm just raw dogging life, but it's okay. I'm on a wait list for another therapist, but it'll be a sec. So yeah, sorry this video was a major bummer. Let's have a fun one next time. I have a haul. Sometimes I forget that not everyone has like DID or BPD and they can't just like switch from vibe to vibe that fast. Stevie knows this about me. I'll be like, anyway, hee hee, and they're like still extremely mad about the thing I was just extremely mad about, and I'm like, what's wrong? Anyway, I'm sorry, it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna do my featured things on this video because it's so sad and it just feels weird. So next video I'll do my featured confetti, clubby, and pixie love things. The tone check, who wants to be advertised on the like car crash story time? I don't know. The deer? Don't even get me started. Oh, I didn't talk about how sad I was about the deer. I feel like I'll insert that because people need to know that I don't, like, I care so much and I feel so bad, and that, like, don't think I'm not thinking about the deer that died. Just don't think for a second that I don't freaking cry about the fact that I took the life of an animal. We love you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching this, even though it was a mega bummer. If you watch this video, you probably actually care about me, so like, that's really sweet, and I love you. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video, which is not this one, because this one's over. Bye.